Ever get this kind of weird feeling? Like the internet's just different now?
Different how?
I don't know. It's like not as not as lively like it used to be.
Uh,
Like a digital ghost town or something. And that's actually what we're diving into today with this whole dead internet theory thing. You
yes.
sent over this article about it, and honestly, it's a little creepy.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten people talking. What I find interesting is how this theory kind of tacks into something a lot of us feel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the internet's lost that, I don't know, that genuine connection.
Right. Like it's less about actual people now.
Exactly. And that's really what's at the heart of this whole theory, right? The idea that so much of what we're seeing online, it's not even from real people.
It's the bots.
The bots, exactly.
In this article, it actually throws out this wild stat that, get this, almost half of all internet traffic
Mm-hmm.
could be these bots.
It's a lot, yeah.
Half. Like, whoa. Makes you wonder who you're actually talking to out there.
Right. It's easy to get this picture in your head of a completely, artificial internet.
Oh, totally.
But it is important to remember, not all bots are bad.
True, true.
Think about it, we rely on helpful bots every single day. Like, what about those web crawlers?
Oh, right.
The ones that organize websites so we can actually find anything online? Can you imagine if we had to, manually navigate the entire internet?
Well, no thank you.
Eh,
My brain hurts just thinking about it. It'd be impossible.
exactly.
So, okay, we have the good bots, like little internet helpers.
Right.
But then there's that whole other side to this. The not so good bots.
Yeah, the ones this dead internet theory really focuses on.
Exactly.
The ones that are designed to trick you, really, to
Mhm.
manipulate you, make money by pretending to be us.
Yeah, pretending to be real.
And those are the ones that start to make you feel uneasy because then you start to question, well, every interaction, every bit of content.
It's true. Like, is this a real person or is this a bot?
Wrong.
And this article even had some examples, right, of people who, like, they realized they were talking to bots online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like someone would put total gibberish in a comment thread just to
Yeah.
see, and the bot would respond back like it was completely normal.
Wow.
Kind of creepy if you think about it too much.
It makes you wonder how often we're being, influenced without even realizing it.
Right. Okay, but this is where it gets even weirder. Because you know how this whole dead internet theory, it has that, like, conspiracy theory vibe?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, the article mentions it all started with this story about something called wait for it, the Illuminati pirate.
The Illuminati pirate.
I know, right? Just like a bad movie title.
It does, yeah. But it kind of gets at that fear of manipulation, which is relevant, I guess. It connects to this very real problem of bots on social media.
Oh, totally.
Take Twitter, for example.
Yeah, Twitter. Bots and Twitter. Always in the news these days.
Yeah,
Especially with Elon Musk and all that back and forth about how many bots are actually on there.
right.
So what's the big deal with that? Are these bots just, like, tweeting into the void? Or is there something more to it?
Well, one major problem is fake ad clicks.
Oh, right.
So these bots can inflate engagement numbers, so it looks like way more people are clicking on ads than actually are.
And that's a problem.
Because advertisers are paying for those clicks, and it's costing them a fortune. Like, we're talking an estimated $84 billion with a B lost this year alone, globally, because of ad fraud.
84 billion. Seriously.
Yeah, so these platforms, they're making money from ads that aren't even reaching real people.
Wow. So it's like they have a reason to kind of downplay the whole bot problem then, huh?
Yeah, it's a conflict of interest because advertisers, they're not stupid. They're starting to catch on.
Makes sense.
And that lack of transparency, it erodes trust, which, long term, that's not good for these platforms either.
It's a mess. But even if, like, magically all these bots disappeared tomorrow, is that really all it is? Is the internet only dead because of bots? Or is there something else going on?
That is the million-dollar question. And honestly, even if we fix the bot issue, there's something else we have to consider.
What's that?
Ourselves.
What do you mean?
Human behavior. It plays a huge role in all of this. In fact, the article argues that, well, we might be contributing to this whole dead internet feeling even more than we realize.
Okay, now I'm really curious. What does that even mean? How are we the problem? We're not bots. So we're, like, bot adjacent. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe a little. Think about it. How often do you see some crazy headline online?
All the time?
Right. Or some juicy gossip about, I don't know, a celebrity or something.
Right.
And you want to share it immediately
Oh, 100%.
without even, like, maybe checking if it's actually true.
It's so easy to get caught up in the moment, you know? Especially when you see everyone else is sharing it too. It's like, well, it must be true, right? Everyone's talking about it.
Exactly. And that's where this whole, this phenomenon comes in that the article talks about, the illusory truth effect. Basically, the more we see something, even if it's totally false, the more we start to think, well, maybe it's true.
Wait, seriously? Just because you see it over and over again?
Our brains are funny like that. We crave familiarity, and sometimes we mistake that familiarity for, well, for the truth.
That's kind of scary.
It is. The article even gave this example about how this totally made up fact about, I think it was some historical figure, went viral a few years ago.
Oh, no.
And even after it was debunked, people still believed it because they had seen it so many times, you know?
Wow, that's wild. So it's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah, you could say that. Bots spread the misinformation, and then we, as humans, we kind of help it along just by, being susceptible to this illusory truth thing.
So we do need to be more careful online. Like, way more careful.
We do, and that's why this whole idea of media literacy, it's so important. And the article really stresses this, that it's not enough to just be aware of, bots. We have to be like critical thinkers, question the things we're seeing and reading online.
We need to be online detectives.
Yeah.
Question everything. Who's saying it? Why are they saying it? What are they not saying? All of it.
Exactly. And this is extra important now because, well, the internet itself has changed. It's not what it used to be.
What do you mean?
Remember back in the day, like early internet, it was all about, connecting with people, real-time chats, online forums, building communities,
Oh, yeah. I used to spend hours in online forums, especially for like music, my favorite bands.
Yeah.
It was all about finding your people who got you.
Exactly. It did feel more, well, real. But these days, it's less about those genuine connections.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
It's more about consuming this endless stream of content, you just scroll and scroll and scroll.
Oh, 100%.
And that's partly because of how these platforms are designed, how they use algorithms to keep us glued to our screens.
You mean those algorithms that seem to know exactly what will keep me scrolling? Even if it's, like, not even good for me?
Exactly. Every click you make, every minute you spend watching a video, it's all tracked.
I know. It's kind of creepy.
It is. But they take all that data and they use it to show you more of what they think you want. Like I don't know, a digital menu tailored to your tastes.
I mean, that does sound kind of cool, but also a little creepy.
Right, because on the one hand, it's like, oh, great, curated content just for me. But then it's like, how much control do we really have?
It's easy to get stuck in a bubble.
An echo chamber.
Right. Just seeing the stuff that confirms what we already believe. Or the stuff that just keeps us hooked on that little dopamine rush. A new notification, another like.
It's both, isn't it? Fascinating and terrifying.
It really is. These algorithms, they're powerful tools. They can keep us entertained, informed, but they can also make us, well, more passive, less engaged in the real world. Okay, so we've got bots, we've got algorithms controlling what we see, and this whole illusory truth thing messing with our heads.
Yeah.
So is that it? Are we doomed to wander this digital ghost town forever? So is this it? Is the internet, like, officially dead? Or is there still, hope?
I think, well, it's not so much about the internet being dead, really. It's more that it's, changing, constantly evolving.
Yeah.
This dead internet theory, it's definitely interesting. And it makes you think, right? But it's also a little simplistic.
Also?
Bots are a part of it, for sure. But like we've been talking about, it's not the whole story, not even close. We, the humans behind the screens, we have a much bigger role to play than we realize.
So we need to, like, take back the internet.
In a way, yeah. Be more mindful, I guess, more discerning about the information that we consume, Be more aware of how these algorithms shape what we see.
It's like we all need to go back to digital literacy school or something.
A little bit. Learn how to be better online detectives. Question everything. Do your research. Become your own, BS detector.
I love that. Okay, so for our listener, what's the key takeaway here about this whole dead internet theory?
The internet today, it's not what it used to be. It's not that, bustling town square where everyone's connecting in real time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's a wasteland. It's still a powerful tool for connection, learning, sharing ideas, you know? But like any powerful tool, you got to know how to use it.
We can't just be passive scrollers anymore.
Exactly. We got to be active participants. And that actually brings up an interesting point. Something to think about as we keep going further into this world of algorithms and personalized content.
Okay.
What happens if those tools, those algorithms, the ones that predict what we want, what we'll click on, what if they fall into the wrong hands?
Mm-hmm.
What if they're used not to connect us, not to inform us, but to, manipulate us on a huge scale?
That's kind of a scary thought.
It is, and it's why all this matters, why we need to pay attention to the bots, the algorithms, and our own behavior online.
Think critically.
Exactly.
Well, on that note, thank you, listener, for joining us for this deep dive. And remember, the internet might not be dead yet, but it's up to us to keep it alive and well.